Hello, this is Leah from Sunrise Tarot. Hopefully you can see the cards okay. Today I'm going to do a general reading for the sign of Capricorn. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. As you know, Capricorn, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate. Only take the parts that do and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards. I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Sun, clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. In the obstacle position, we have Hello, the Devil, clarified by the Ten of Cups. In the present position, we have the Nine of Wands, clarified by the Four of Swords. And in the future outcome position, to top it all off, we have the Temperance card, clarified by the Five of Pentacles. So just looking at a first glance, this looks to me, this spread, that in the month of October, you're going to have a little bit of activity within your family or the group of people that you identify as family. And so it's important to also remember we are entering the age of Aquarius, which is all about freedom. So the previous ways of living are falling off. We're releasing it and we're moving into a new way of living, which can feel a little bit, off. It may create a little bit of anxiety or worry or frustration, lack of communication within the family unit, within the close-knit family and friends groups. And so it's important to remember that October is a very pivotal month, because towards the end of October, the veil is very thin. There is a lot of energy that comes through and goes kind of back and forth. There are a lot of messages that come through. So it's very important to remember you're working with energy first and foremost. So every room in your home has to have your energy. And what you do is you imagine that room in a bubble. You close your eyes, you meditate for like 5-10 minutes before, and then you start visualizing. And what you visualize is a bubble and each room. So you visualize a bubble with a room, and you attach a grounding cord to it, and you ground that room energy so that it is your energy, your family's energy, no foreign energy, none of, oh, my coworker said this, or neighbor down the street said that, or somebody, it's only the energy of the people that live in that home, right? You make it yours. So you also need to burn sage. You also need to, elevate the energy, stare at a candle, find that stillness within you, because all of that will help ground the energy. When the energy isn't grounded, it's not much use. It's important to ground energy. And it is something that is important to do on a daily basis. You make time for it, even if you have a very busy schedule and there is a lot on your shoulders that you have to accomplish. It is still important to do those things. Now, I really like this combination in the past, the Sun with the Ace of Pentacles. It's a winning combination in every respect. It's a really good energy that tells me that, the sun is still shining, and on your family, the energy is wonderful. So all the little bumps along the way can be smoothed out if you return to this energy of the sun, which is symbolized by your inner child, because the inner child is that innocence, that purity before it gets all muggled up by all of the nonsense that is programmed into us, that is conditioned into us. And so returning to this pure, innocent energy is very important in the month of October, because it is still within you, and you can, bring it to the top, allow it to bubble up to the top. which will then instill harmony and peace and, all the wonderful things in your home and in your family. The sun is basically representative of you and how you identify yourself, how you see yourself in the world. It also represents self-realization. You realize yourself when it's just your energy, when other foreign energy is out of your body. Foreign energy is anything that tries to condition you. It's anything that another person tells you, because your energy is pure light. It is pure love, and it is muggled up by all the news and the articles and all the information that comes in. So there's kind of two schools of thought on this subject. There's enlightenment, which is basically connection with source. Enlightenment means more light in your body. The other school of thought is philosophy and logic and Plato's cave and being afraid of the shadows on the wall and all of that. I think it's noesis. I may be not pronouncing it correctly. So enlightenment kind of complements the logical school of thought. They're both sides of the same coin, if you will, but they're different in their respect. And so what is happening in the month of October is you're getting more light into your body. And so you will have, a time where you kind of have to process that. And the same with everyone else around you. But because they're different signs, they're born on different dates and so on and so forth, they have different planetary effects and alignments and all of that. It affects them differently. So it's important to be very patient and to be nurturing first and foremost with yourself, and it's important to prioritize yourself. But the sun, being clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, tells me that you've learned how to treat yourself better in the recent past, that you've taken concrete steps to improve your life, to improve how you see yourself in the world, how you show up for yourself. Also, make sure there's not that you have a good relationship with your body, right? Because you come with, two parts. You're made out of two parts, which is your body that allows you to function in this third dimensional world, and then there's the spiritual side of you, the soul that animates this body that you temporarily have in this lifetime that you chose very carefully before you were born. But that's another conversation. It's important to remember that you have to have a good relationship with your body. Don't be so resistant to the energy of your body, and make sure to clear your body of all the foreign energy, because that will allow you to increase and to do better in self-improvement, in evolution of thought, in expansion of your consciousness, and all those wonderful things. It will also help you increase abundance. But there is something that you did really well. There's something that you did exceptionally well. You invested your time and your effort into a specific opportunity that is going to bring you a lot of reward and achievement and victory. And also it's going to help you with leadership. Again, there are many different layers of leadership. And so, when you first step into leadership, you're trying to figure things out, but the longer you experience it, the better you become. Life is about peeling away the layers, especially when it comes to our understanding. Because when you first look at something, the understanding is superficial. The more you look at it, the more you deepen the understanding. And this is what you're doing, Capricorn. Now, in the obstacle position, of course, you have the Devil, which is a major arcana card. You also have the Ten of Cups, which is a significant card as well. But the Devil, it's a complicated card. The Devil definitely is letting me know that there's some kind of a chain in your life. There's some kind of situation or element that keeps you stuck, and doesn't allow you to complete something that should have already been completed. And it's because there's something that you haven't noticed or haven't become aware of, or haven't fully grasped. And that requires being fully connected on the inside. The devil is pointing you in the direction. Where are you being stuck? Where do you feel chained? What do you feel, what's the situation or a place or a person that kind of brings your vibration down? What are you being distracted by? Because the devil always shows up when you're doing well. The devil hates it, and so it's doing everything that it can to distract you from continuous evolution and continuous triumph and continuous achievement, and most specifically your connection to the source, because the connection to the source is like food. Why do you need food? Why do you bother eating? Because it's earth, right? The earth feeds you, right? But the earth feeds only part of your body. The cosmic energy, the source energy feeds the upper body, right? And the heart in the middle connects the lower bottom three chakras with the upper three chakras. So the heart is the bridge between the physical and the non-physical, if you will. And so the devil doesn't like when you do well, and it doesn't want your energy to be high, and it's bringing you down. It's focusing you to be stuck in the first, second, or third chakra, and it's sort of blocking the bridge so that the energy doesn't move really well. So the first thing is to find the moment of stillness and to reflect. You don't want to do anything in the month of October other than reflect, meditate, assess, see where you are, make plans for the future, but you don't want to manifest and you don't want to create, because we are in the season of the eclipse, which will end, I believe, with the Hunter's Moon, which is a whole thing that's going to affect us. It's going to be somewhat difficult, so prepare yourself energetically for that, because I believe it's the full moon in Aries, and so that's going to be a doozy. But if we focus on the obstacle cards, definitely you want to understand that this relates to an emotional issue within the family unit. There's lack of harmony, and so something has to be addressed. However, it has to be addressed with in a gentle way, without pushing, because pushing creates resistance. So you want to be very gentle and very patient about it, especially because you have the Temperance in the future outcome position, which tells you to be very, very cautious and kind of move forward very slowly. The ground underneath your feet is shifting, times are changing, and you don't know where everything is going to land. So this is not the time to do grandiose actions, if you will. This is the time to focus on you and prioritize how you feel on the inside, and most importantly, sort out the emotions, because emotions is energy in motion. And so sitting with your emotions, even if they're difficult, allows you to receive the messages. Meditating is very important because it helps with balancing the emotion. But definitely try and get a grasp on the temptations, because there will be temptations. There will be something that's going to come up in the month of October that is going to make you want to do it or go for it or something like that. So you're going to need to remember it's a little bit of a test, so stand true to your like light, to your higher self, right? But it's important to remember that, we're moving out of the duality, light and dark, active and passive, creation and destruction, and all of that. We're moving away from that. So it's important to stay above the fray, stay above the drama. We do see that you're going to be feeling like, there's one more battle to come, and so you'll be tapping into your resilience and your courage and your bravery and following your heart, because Nine of Wands is the fire element, and it's all about igniting the light that is within, and kind of remembering that it's also important to delegate. It's also important to not do too much. It's also important not to spread yourself too thin, and so really focusing on that one most important battle, and usually that is within you, rather than on the outside, because you create from inside out. You don't create from outside in. You create from inside out. As above, so below. What is in your thoughts is what gets manifested. Above means thoughts. Above means the download from the spirit, the soul. That's the below is earth, the below is physical reality. So as you think, you create, and you want to make sure that your thoughts are really, really pure. The next level up is not having any thoughts at all, because you're focused on just being fully connected with the spirit, so that faith is not even necessary, because you're just part of the spirit and he's functioning through you, as it is important to recognize. And so make sure not to overextend yourself. You have the Four of Swords in the clarifying position, which definitely tells me you want to meditate. Find the moment of stillness. Schedule meetings of stillness, so that you're able to make sure your resilience and your courage is fully kind of bulletproof, if you will. And in the future outcome position, you have the Temperance, which is an angel of protection. You are protected, and you are guided, and you are on the right path, because you are the path. The path manifests through you. You are the path. There's no such thing as am I on the right path or on the wrong path. You manifest it as you live each day. And so with the Five of Pentacles, it tells me that you may feel there's not a lot of emotional support. There's not a lot of communication. You may feel like there's not a lot of compromise that is happening, but the Temperance is letting you know that you need to be patient, because it is there and it is coming forward. You may not see it at this point, but it is there. And so it's important to take things very slow, day by day. Let's see what the tea leaf cards, what kind of message comes from the tea leaf cards. I really think these are so fun and so true, and the messages are just so on point. Okay, I'm gonna pull this card. We've got Quill, get back to basics. When you simplify, your life becomes so much easier. And also remember, the conditioning and the programming makes things complicated. All you need is very, very simple. So when you get away from simplicity, you get into the weeds, things get complicated, you get back to the basics. I also pulled Dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. So that is a really nice card. Let's see, I'm also going to shuffle carefully. Okay, let's pull this card. We have Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So you are the light, and you are the light for your family and in your family. And that does also carry responsibility with it as well. And, sometimes it gets a little tiring because you're like, why am I always carrying the light? Can somebody else carry the light for a second? But it's good. It's good that you are becoming more and more aware. I also pulled an angel and ancestor oracle card, and we've got star ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. So yeah, listen to the soul because it's getting information. The reason the soul is so important is because the soul contains a lot of things you may not be aware of because you're not as aware as, for example, an ascended master or a rishi or an avatar level, being. So it's definitely, there's more light coming in. There's more spiritual downloads that are coming down, and that means that you are becoming connected with the universe on a far more amazing scale, and more knowledge, is going to illuminate so much darkness around you that it's going to just boggle your mind. I also like the pyramids on the card, because we are programmed to believe that the pyramids are tombs, but they're not. They're not the tombs. They are machines that connect the energy with the universe. And so it's interesting that the pyramids are on this card. But yeah, we basically already walked in. The door is already open. We're in a new reality. But some of us are kind of like, whoa, this is a lot, and so take it slow. Take it slow, because everybody is going to process it differently. Every single physical body will process it differently. I'm also pulling a mystical wisdom card. We have a Battle of the Blues, take steps towards positive change. When you experience enlightenment, the blues come out, it takes a toll on your body. This is what I'm saying, is it's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel not quite yourself, at times irritated, at times frustrated. Nobody said that enlightened beings are perfect. They're just enlightened. There's just more light in their body. That doesn't mean you're not going to experience different emotions and push, pull, and a little bit of disharmony on the inside. So it's okay to feel that. Some people have reported that when they feel enlightened, they, don't eat well, or they eat too many sweets, or their digestive organs have, difficulties. So all those are symptoms that things are, becoming better. Again, listen to your intuition. So yeah, meditate. That inner voice, that inner guidance. They teach us that our answers are in school books. They're not. They're inside of us. God's not in the Bible. The Bible is inside of you. The church is inside of you. The Spirit is inside of you. And so in order to tap into that, you have to still the mind, because the mind is like a machine that receives a signal and then interprets it and then sends it, down the road or whatever. So it's important to realize that the thoughts are not always your friends, that the thoughts are not always yours, that there's not as much privacy within the thoughts, but the soul is sacred, and the soul carries messages, and you are in the moment of a special time where not only are we entering the new age, but it's also where the veil is thin. So all kinds of things are happening all at once, and it can be overwhelming. And so what you do is you stare at a candle, you take walks in nature, you do breathing exercises. All those things are good for you. Do a little bit of sage on a daily basis. Make sure you have different types of crystals with you at all times to protect your energy. Meditating is the fastest way. Exercising is another another good way. Eating healthier, better. But we're entering a new world where you'll walk into a store and you'll be looking at food on the shelves that is actually good for you, rather than the poison they have now. If you're a kid walking into a school or a college or whatever, you'll actually be learning real information, not programmed, not suppressed bullcrap that they're selling, in those school books, but you'll be actually learning what is truly important, rather than to make you another worker, and then to send you into a corporation, and so on and so forth. When you go to work, you'll actually be doing work that you enjoy with people that are not complaining, but enjoying what they do, and get fulfillment from what they do. So the world is changing. Our thoughts are changing. Our collective is changing. It's absolutely natural to have a little bit of disharmony inside your body. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting me. I really enjoyed doing this reading. If you think someone can benefit from it, please share that with them. It would greatly help my channel, and I would be so grateful to you. And yeah, I'll see you next time.